Hello and welcome back to another video with Amualani. This is episode 13 of my Dwarf Fortress Let's Play Season 2 series. Now, I do sort of record my videos in one session and then I get them, take my time in uploading them for the week. And I did have a comment on one of my videos that I noticed, and they explained the hospital. I kind of had some theories about the hospital. And there was, during our injuries, it was telling me that it didn't have a functional hospital, and I wasn't sure why. And I had the theory of I needed more doctors. And someone made a comment about if I have someone assigned to the doctor position, they'll cover like the surgery and the bone doctor stuff until I get the specialists. And I haven't done any research to sort of confirm that, but that makes sense to me, I guess, because in setting up my dwarves to come here before I embarked, I was only able to add skill for 3 of these things. One of them was not in there, and I think maybe it was the doctor that was not in there, so that makes sense. So I am going to... Okay, I'm going to rearrange this, and I'm going to add my chief medical dwarf here as a doctor so that he covers everything. I think what we're going to leave with assigned here. I don't know if that's a good idea. It might be a very bad idea. Rigoth. I want to find out if someone with no skill, if they get assigned as a doctor in the hospital, if they can gain skill. I don't know. Yes, I could look it up, but some things I do just kind of like to figure out and discover for myself. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Now, the other comment was about the webs. They said something about we had brown recluse webs on the surface, which is why we're getting silk. So I kind of wanted to come in. I can check the bins, but I am going to check the stocks. I don't know where to look in the stocks. I have not spent a lot of time in this menu. But I want to go look at, I'm guessing it's under cloth. Let's go look under cloth and see what we have. So llama wool, so that's like the yarn, and yeah, look at the value. Now I'm curious actually. Okay, so the llama cloth, the masterpiece has a 54 value. I'm not gonna check all of them, but I just kind of want to check like the exceptional and see. So same llama wool cloth. They're both. The only difference here is the quality. One was masterwork, and this one that I'm checking is exceptional, 35. So I think when we're setting up the stockpiles for the crafting floor, I will be setting up some bins for, well, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to come into the all stockpile and view what we have under the stockpile, because I don't think the cloth has... Yeah, okay, the cloth does not have quality in this menu. Oh, but look, brown recluse spider, man, forgotten beast. So giant brown recluse spider. So, ooh, I wonder if we can have giant brown recluse spiders. Giant cave spider. So I've never really gone in and looked at like what the different stuff in here is. Twisted fabrics, thread. So there's the thread, and then oh, we're looking in the thread. Okay, so what about silk? Come down to, I'm on the cloth for silk. So we've got like brown recluse, spider, man, and regular spider. We've got cave spider, dancing wisps. Lots of forgotten beast. I wonder why the forgotten beast has so many different. If they all look the same to me, I wonder what the difference is. And then giant brown recluse spider and cave spider. Okay. So there, we can separate stuff in the stockpile. So let me come in and look at our stocks. I was wanting to look at the silk here. This is an area where I have not. I've. I'm still fairly new to all of the different crafting stuff, minus like the rock crafts. That I'm very familiar with. That's the part of the industry that I'm super familiar with. My Respect Planks world, which is the world that I did right before this one, and you can check out that world tour. I did a world tour of that. There's one episode. But the Respect Planks world is the very first world where I did get the crafts completely set up, and I did the research on the wiki into there's so many of the crafts I had never done before. I actually did wax crafts for the first time because I had my first successful bee industry. Stuff like that. You can go check out the video. I kind of talk about the rest of the first, but one area that I'm still relatively new is the clothing and the cloth. I'm not super familiar with it, and so I am starting to kind of look at this, and I'm kind of curious. Oh, look, what silks we have. We have brown recluse Spider-Man. Spider-Man silk cloth. Okay. I mean, we had those Sparrow Mans. Men. Pigtail. Keenan. Okay, so that's where our silk is coming from. So the comment from the viewer was right. I wasn't sure, so I'm gonna come down to thread then, and I'm kind of curious on the thread as well. So brown recluse Spider-Man silk web. So we have 38, so that can all be spun into silk, I think. And then, yes, cave spider silk. That's what I thought. So we do also have cave spiders. I have unlocked the caverns in enough worlds to... the only trapping I had done in those early worlds was literally just coming up to our vermin catcher shop and adding the catch lively animal or tame a small animal. Like I kind of did both of those tasks to see what we would get, and that's where I discovered, and you can see them right here. Oh, blouse. Oh, I thought those were the cave spiders. Okay. I swear the cave spiders look somewhat similar. Okay. I thought that's what the cave spiders looked like. Well, we're going to find out. The point is, we do, I think, have the cave spider silk webs because of we've unlocked the caverns, is my theory. That seemed to be the case in the other worlds where I unlocked the caverns and had it blocked off. I was still getting silk. So I guess we will find out here. Okay. Now, another... that was all based on comments. I just kind of wanted to look into it. I had a thought in getting the videos ready and posted. We do have a lot of our farmers are starting to get like dabbling in the gelding skill. And I think it's because the folks that we have assigned for like shearing, spinning, they're doing our gelding as well. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I am going to come in to our farming detail and I'm going to shut gelding off. And then done. I am going to come down, add new work detail, and we're going to make gelding its own detail so that I can kind of prevent folks from gelding who I don't really want to be gaining skill in it. Because we do have so many gelders, I don't really need folks who don't have any skill in it gaining skill in gelding. Okay. And then done. Gelding. Oops. And then we need to go in and we need to add a few folks here to the gelding. Okay, so our gelders are mostly other colors. Shore asked, you know, I'm kind of curious which. I'm gonna go look at Shorus and see what workshop they're assigned to. So Shorus, not that one. One assigned to this one. Oh right, novice stonecutter. So they're probably stonecutter. They are inadequate gilder. The fact that we're sort of light. Let me go look at the stonecutters. We only have 4 folks assigned here. I'm debating on whether I'm going to add Shorus to the gilding or not. So Tabul is our Baron. We do have them hunting. They are quite skilled, I think, in herbing. Let me go look. Yeah, they're an expert herbalist. So they're probably going to stay in the orange. I think I also have them added to animal care and just regular farming. I'm going to add them for gelding. And honestly, I'm going to go look at Tabul and see what all Tabul is. Our Baron. Okay. They do not need to stay assigned to farming. They're going to have plenty to do between the gelding, the herbing, and then all the animal care stuff. We will have them assigned to gelding. Our Id is our captain of the guard. I'm going to look at what we have. So Id is already a legendary miner. They are a competent herbalist, but it's rusty. Adequate woodcutter, adequate blacksmith, and adequate gilder. I'm just debating. We have several adequate gelders, but we've kind of. I'm going to debate on that for a second. Let's go look at who the other gelders are. Logum is green. Let me go look at Logum, because it looks like I've got them assigned to farming. I have them assigned to farming for the gelding, looks like. So, let us shut them off of farming. And honestly, they're currently adequate and they're staying in the green. If I put them in the gelding, that's what they're going to do, and they're going to go back to being orange. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Logum is just getting unassigned and staying. So now all 4 of those are only in the animal care, which I'm going to leave it at that. That being said, Kib is a ranger, so they're a trapper and animal caretaker. Okay, so gelding. Sigoon, I'm gonna go look at Sigoon. I think we have them in the beekeeping. I will add them to gelding, especially now that we have the petition for the Miners Guild. You know what? I'm going to make a note for myself. We'll add Sigoon back to gilding in a moment. Okay, I've made a note for myself. I was going to add them back to farming specifically for the gilding, so instead we'll add them to gilding once the guild is actually established. So right now our gilding is actually going to be a little bit light. That being said, let me come down and look at some of our farmers. Nish. Let's go look at Nish. Nish has kind of become sort of the person that we kind of look at for all of our stuff for farming. Labor, workshops. And you know what? I will add them to. I will add Nish to gelding. I'm going to leave them in farming because they have these other skills as well. That way, that takes some of our pressure off of our Baron being the only guilder. Okay. All right. So we do have a peasant who we can add to stuff here. I'm going to go down and look at that peasant. All right. So Nish is a quarreler. Okay. High stamina. They disdain hard work, poor spatial sense, poor focus, and emotionally distant. The high stamina would be good for adding them to like our stone industry, but the disdains hard work. They may not be very happy in the stone industry. I'm debating, so it's either going to be the stone industry or it's going to be an herbalist, like a dedicated herbalist. Which we do need a dedicated herbalist, so you know what? I think Nish is getting added. Or should I add them as planting? We're going to set the planting up here. That you know what? Let me look. Planting may get set up this episode. We'll see. But the herbing... Okay, we are at 205 drink. You know what? I do just need someone in the stoneworking. We do need to get... So I'm going to come down. That was our peasant. That was Nish. And we're going to do some work orders here. We'll do Allanite. We'll just get the 4 different colors for the slabs here. Okay, so we've got Allanite. We have Dacite. We have Gabbro. And we have Microlime. And just have them going on getting us set up with a few slabs. Well, yes, we're going to get mostly lower quality because they don't have any skill. I'm also using this to train them to have some skill, and then once they have a little bit of skill, then we'll get them working on the furniture. Now, I think the slabs are the furniture. If our peasant doesn't come to do this, then we'll add them to the stone cutting. I don't think the stone cutting is required for the slabs, but we'll see. Okay. Now, something else I did notice, our prepared meals are a little bit sad because we sold a lot of our prepared meals. So we do need to... First things first, actually, I'm going to come into the labor. We're going to go and just shut off our drink from cooking. Okay. Strawberry wine, we're going to shut off. Oh, yeah, that was 47 of our drink. Rambutan wine, we're going to shut off. Prickleberry wine, we're going to shut off. Now, this is all milk, which they can use for cheese making. So, the cheese making, let us come in. So we have Olin assigned as a thresher. We do have a cheese maker, so let me come down and just see adequate cheese maker. We're going to assign them, and then we're just going to put make cheese on repeat. And we're going to come in, give us a stellar cook, and we're going to make some lavish meals, some fine meals. Let them get some cooking done. Okay. Something else I am kind of looking at is this is our seed floor here. I am going to get a little bit more dug right here. And we're just going to get that extra space for like the tree seeds that we don't. Yes, we can cook with the tree seeds, but I'd prefer they cook with other things. They can come grab the tree seeds if they need to, but we can just sell the tree seeds and let them cook with other ingredients. Get the tree seeds out of the kitchen area. That being said, the reason why there's some like different colors going down here for the floor is so that I can color code my stockpile, so I can just go in and visually see. Like the green is for my plant fiber seeds. The plant fiber seeds can also be used to make paper, but so I kind of know what I have. The allanite, the pink floor, is for all of my underground seeds. So that being said, so we've got the mining going. Let's come down. Let's see who we have assigned to the stone cutting detail here. Shorast is assigned. I'm going to take the mayor off of mining, so the mayor can come help with some of the stone cutting. Honestly, I'm going to take Mistum off of stone cutting as well. Mistum is our furniture. Well, hold on. Mistum is our furniture maker, and they are now legendary in stone carving. I'll leave them as stone cutting, but we do need to set up some things for them to come make. Work order, we're going to do rock blocks. This has to be mica. That'll give us 40. The mica is going to be for like the flower plants and seeds. Yeah, I think we need 40, so we're going to leave it at 40. We do have, we have so much furniture in here. Let me come look at the tomb floor, see where we're at with things getting smooth down here. Not very far along. And honestly, it's because we have that all of our smoothers are doing all the rock blocks. So let me just think here. I think I'm going to do microline for the fruit, like blueberries, blackberries. Sometimes if I have like bauxite or something kind of red, I'll do that color for the fruit. But we don't have here. So. This is going to be for fruit, so this is going to be microline. Yeah, we've got plenty. Keep building after placement. So we can sort of lay in. Nice. Okay. And then over here we have other seeds and dye seeds. Now the you know what, the dye is typically what I do in blue. You know, let me come up and even look and see. Let me actually look at our weavers here. Yeah, all three of them are doing some weaving. And we have Id assigned as a planter as well, but Id is, you know, let me go look at Id. I think we do need to assign one of them. Urist is awfully busy, so I think I'm going to assign Lorbum. Let me go look at Lorbum and Id. So Lorbum is a talented leatherworker and a skilled weaver. They may become a legendary weaver first. Id is an adequate beekeeper. I'm going to leave them in the beekeeping industry, but I think I'm going to take them off of planting. Oh, nice. High Master Bone Carver. Okay. You know what? Let me look at where we're at. Yeah, the smoothing just needs to happen. Honestly, we're gonna just have them come and get this done. On our noble, these nobles' bedrooms are dug, and we need this to get done so we can get some furniture in there for them. I think we already have this set on a 1. I did want to. Okay, yeah, we don't need that. And then the guild hall, we can also remove those 2 squares. That was something I noticed on one of the videos. Okay. Looks like we have this dug. Nice. So now we need to come in and have them do. Okay. Have them smooth for the guild hall. Let's get this made into a guild hall. Miners. Miner. Guild hall. Okay. Oh, that being said, let's go place the rest of this andesite furniture here. We do have, so andesite weapon racks, nice, okay. That should free up a little bit of space in our stockpile. And we'll leave... Ah, there we go. It's like I didn't think we had extra. Okay. Now, yes, we are getting some high quality stuff in here. But for right now, I just want to get the furniture down. And we can remove the high quality stuff later for our nobles' bedrooms. And then chest. And finish getting our barracks furnished. Now, doors. Andesite. We do have only 3 andesite doors. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. I need to go make 1 more door. Okay. So that's, I mean, that was kind of part of what we came to look at. So door, you know what? I'm going to come down to the floor here. Rock box, okay. I'm going to set this to pull from here. Done. I'm going to come in and do some doors and cabinets out of andesite. And we're just going to do 5 of each. So they can start pulling some of this out. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the chromite blocks now. You know what? No, I won't. But that being said, we do need to add a work order to make some of those chromite blocks. Because that is a pretty. And honestly, I think we'll make a couple of our workshops out of chromite here. Okay. Beds, I'm going to come take a look at. So we do have sort of a lot of masterwork beds here. That being said, we need to do some work orders for some bins. Some work orders for some barrels. And then work order for some beds. Glassmaker. Honestly, we're going to make it that id. And we're going to come in and make green glass windows. Times 4. Reason being, I do want to set up a display case. So we've got some display cases ready to go. That being said, let's go ahead and start. So jeweler, this can be out of, this is what I was waiting for the anhydrate for. I like making my jewelers out of anhydrate. So we have a jeweler there. Come over here and do a jeweler. Anhydrate, okay. And it does look like workshop. I'm going to come in and make these furnaces. So these were wood furnaces. This was the earthenware. I'll do 1 earthenware. Let's do 1 stoneware. And then we'll do another earthenware. And we're going to go ahead and have this removed. We'll do top priority on all of this. We are going to come up and just sort of check what we have in here. Now we did have, I'm going to come up and check the stocks because I don't know, I don't really want to look through all of these bins for the gems. I think we might have, let's see, there's cut gems. Is there rough gems? Rough gems. So we've got some diamonds. We've gotten the notices that we got some diamonds. I'm kind of curious if we actually have some. Type opal, rose quartz, rock crystal. So actually the rock crystal I do kind of need to get moved out of that all stockpile, I think. So that they don't... The rock crystal is what's needed for the crystal glass, or is it it's needed for one of the glasses. And it's the only gem used for that, so I do need to pull that out of the stockpile so they don't keep cutting that. Zircon, pyrope, the indigo tourmaline, and there you can see that's like a spikier. Like here's the 3 spikes on the pyrope. The indigo tourmaline is a higher value gem. Yeah, we actually have kind of a lot in this with the 3 spikes. Red pyrope, amandine, rhodolite, purple. We had some red spinels on our artifacts, and I wonder... There's the purple. Rough tanzanite. Ooh, I like tanzanite. Brown zircon. Yellow zircon. Rubicel. Amethyst is some decent value. Yeah, there's the red spinel. Spinel. We have both. We have the light and the faint. The faint is a lower quality than the light, I think. But if you look at that, yeah, those are some... I don't think I've ever seen any gems of this value. So it's like I've just never seen that picture for the gem before. I have seen this one on the faint yellow diamond, but only once, I think. So, wow, okay. And like if you look, yeah, the rough is 180 value. Okay. Okay. That being said, I think we do need some more cut gems. Now, I did have some work orders on some toys. Okay, I did have them. I'm just kind of curious. So, exceptional, low quality. Looks like we do have a couple of masterwork toys. And now we're getting quite a few exceptional ones of various colors, which is nice. And the kids are at the bin with sort of our original low quality. Now, I think we have a ban on exporting one of those. Yeah, toy hammers is prohibited and leggings are prohibited. Okay. So, that being said, I think that's the case. I do need to make a new stockpile here for finished goods, leggings, or legwear. Other material. Oh, okay. What did I do on this stockpile? Let me go look. So I did all the materials. Okay. So all but artifact. All but artifact. Color, all, undyed and dyed. Worn leggings. And that way they can separate the leggings. So let me come in. So legwear will shut off from that one. Okay. And that being said, I don't know if it's always going to be toy hammers that are prohibited. But for right now, I am going to go ahead and come in, finished goods. Oh, toys. We can't separate the toy hammers. Shoot. Which means we probably can't sell toys. Okay. That's okay. Alright. Now we are starting to get quite a few tables. Alright. I think I am ready to hit play. Except, no, we're not. So on this floor... So 4 dies. Oh, that was what I was going to come up and check. I was going to look at the dies. So let's go to make die and just sort of see what, if anything, we have available here. Requires empty bag, which is what we don't have. Okay. Need to make some cloth bags. And we'll go 20. Honestly, a lot of our bags are probably being taken up by the seeds, which we did. That's a huge thing that we need to get sorted. That's why we're setting up the seed stockpiles. Cobaltites. We're gonna do cobaltite for like the dye. Rock blocks. Do cobaltite. And then we can do dacite for sort of our other plants here. I'm going to do dye on the bottom. We'll do dacite in the middle here. So I'm going to cancel all of that, but I just want to have it drawn so that I've got, okay, so this is, let's see if we even have the dacite blocks for this yet. We do not. You know, do we have... We've got slate blocks, and I think the orthoclays we're making. You know what? We're going to do this out of the orthoclays. And just remove that. That being said, that means we need to come down and make some more orthoclase blocks. Which I think... So this is the Gabbro now. One of these we have set to... Not that one. Must be this one. Okay. And we'll do high priority on that. Okay. Now we'll hit play. We do only have 4 on the mica blocks. Now the kitchen floor, I'm going to come up. We're going to watch a little bit. As you can see, is quite large. This is going to be... Once this is dug out, we'll do... I'm hoping this can get dug out, and this can, all the rock blocks will be done this episode so we can be ready for a stockpile episode. It's going to be a big stockpile episode. Not only the seeds, but the plants and the way that I set up the kitchen stockpiles. I do use the wiki to sort of help me. I don't have all of the plant fiber plants memorized, that type of thing. So I do use the wiki to help me. Oh, resume construction. Okay, that would be an artifact. Okay, so Ilral, mayor has ended a mandate. You know what? I'm going to pause for a second. Litast has created a masterpiece Allanite puzzle box. An animal has grown to become a stray bull. Struck yellow zircon, and more olivine. Ooh, let's look at where that happened. So we're going to get a little bit more olivine down here, which is very nice. Because we're using that color for our pets. Spin thread has been completed. Militia commander. Cancels make silk trousers, needs silk cloth. Okay, so we're kind of out of silk. Okay. Shorest farmer has been possessed, and they're taking over a stoneworker's workshop. So they're taking over this one. So far, they have brought 2 gabbro boulders and a great horned owl. I do also want to Shorest or something. I think was all in the farming. So we did assign them to stone cutting. They are an adequate stone cutter. Okay. So that's what I wanted to kind of look at, was to see what kind of skill, if any, Shorest will get from. And that's awesome. So this was a farmer that we were already planning on having them get a white name for the for the stone industry. So if they do become a legendary crafter here, that's fine with me, honestly. And we'll just the other guy that we assigned, which I think was a peasant that we assigned for furniture, will get put over on the stone cutting, if that's the case. Okay, they grabbed oval cut rock crystals and a silver bar, and they are working. So this will be a bit of a lower value artifact. The silver might be the most valuable thing there. I'm not sure how valuable the leather is. But the rock crystals are ×2 or a ×3 value gem. They're pretty low value gem. Kind of hoping for a piece of furniture. Okay. Shorest has created a gabbro bracelet. She offers it to the dented craft. Really? I didn't know they could make bracelets at a stoneworker's workshop. Alright. Alright. Okay. So I am going to pause real quick. I do kind of want to check out the value here. So 5,000. So still decent value, but that for an artifact, that's kind of on the lower end. This is a gabbro bracelet. All craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with square, brilliant cut rock crystals, studded with silver, and encircled with bands of great horned owl leather. This object is adorned with hanging rings of gabbro. On the item is an image of Ubul, Great Walls, the dwarf, and dwarves in gabbro. Ubul Great Walls is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Ubul Great Walls to the position of queen of the oil of kindling in 10. So we're in the year 102, so I wonder if Ubul Great Walls is the current queen. The oil of kindling, I think, might be the civilization that we came from. So if we become the mountain home, I wonder if that's the name of the queen that we're getting. That'll be interesting to see. All right. Okay. Well. And now let's go look at Shorast. I don't see Shorast's name in the white, so I don't think they got any skill, but let's go. It looks like their skill didn't change. She feels satisfied after creating an artifact. Well, I'm glad that was a happy thought. Yeah, the proper bed. Like, we just need to get some of the bedrooms up and going here. Which, let's go and check. Okay, well, that is at least something we can do here. We can set these bedrooms now for the kids. We'll do multi. Done. And then we're going to go in, and these are kids' bedrooms. So bedroom. Bedroom kid. Just scrolling down and assigning kids. Kid. Bedroom kid. Bedroom kid. Bedroom kid. Bedroom kid. Which day? Okay. Bedroom kid. Bedroom kid. Bedroom kid. And then we do have one more bedroom, so I'm going to come up, and we must have some kids assigned in here. There's a kid, so we'll remove assignment there. Come down and give them a bedroom down here. And that'll open up. One of the unassigned adults can take that other bedroom now. Bedroom kid. Okay. That being said, let's go ahead and see what sort of furniture, cabinet-wise, we can do in here. If any. Don't know that we have any sort of new. Okay. What about new doors? We are getting some quality. Okay, there we go. There's a door. What about Allanite? Okay. And furniture, bed. We'll get another. Hopefully, yep, okay, macadamia nut. And then we'll just go ahead and do paint and do an individual bedroom here. except, and then same thing, we're going to go through and see. Here's another kid. Remove assignment. And we will get the kid moved in here. That frees up 2 bedrooms. Nice. Okay, so bedroom, kid. We're just waiting on some more furniture here. Which I'm almost wondering with some of our masterwork furniture here. If we should just give it to these guys now, and we can worry about sort of decorating the furniture later. Which honestly is the direction I'm leaning. So I'm going to go look at... so masterwork, we have allanite, we have orthoclase, we have dacite, and microline. Although I could use the masterwork furniture here for the... You know what? No. Okay, we're not going to change furniture just yet. Okay. Now, something else I did want to do is... Oh, not this one. The weapons and armor. I do just kind of need to start making some... How much copper do we have? A little bit. We do have some lead. This is sort of another new one for me. I've never had iron be my rare metal. Okay, we do have copper. Okay. I am going to... So, id is mining as well as... they're in farming of some kind. So they're busy doing other things. Bim, I did not mean for Bim to become a fish worker. So I'm going to add Bim here, and we're just going to do some metal crafting. With tin and, or nickel and copper, or not copper, like lead. Okay, we'll do nickel crafts. We're also going to do flask. We'll do some nickel flasks. So we'll do 5 and 5. I don't know how much of the nickel we have. And then zinc was the other thing I was thinking. So we can do the same with zinc. Zinc. Flasks. Zinc crafts. Or should we do some zinc animal traps? You know, we'll do some zinc animal traps. So we'll do 5. Except the animal traps we can't do. Zinc. Crafts. And we'll do 5 there as well. So all of this takes the metal crafting skill, which we don't have a metal crafter yet. So I'm going to give some skill in that regard to Bim. Looks like we are running actually kind of super low on coal, so let me go see. Perfect. Okay, so this, we're going to assign our legendary wood burner. Work order. We're going to make some charcoal. We're also going to make some ash. And on the charcoal, we're going to go 20. I am going to make, this was for stockpiles. This is wood. This is going to be for fungi wood. Honestly, that is one of the ugliest woods. The other one, let's see, the bitter orange, I'm not a huge fan of. Let me go up and actually see on the dyes. I want to see if bitter orange is in here anywhere. It doesn't look like it is. Okay. So that being said, we're also going to come in, and the bitter orange we're going to move. And this will be for wood to burn. We're going to come into this stockpile and we will remove those two. So the bitter orange and the fungi wood. And now all of these, I'm going to have them pull from all of our work order workshops. I'm going to have them pull from this specifically. Done, and one more on the work order. Done. And honestly, I think we're going to do the same on both of our warrior workshops. I think we will also make some more crossbows, just to start getting some value. We'll link that one as well. I'm going to link the bolts here to this one. Wood crafting. So Dodog is a clothier. We don't have them doing a whole lot else. We could have them be our wood crafter, which I think we're going to do. And we're going to go ahead and do bolt. And we'll have them make 10 of those. This one, right now we will have a link here. And this one we're going to have a link here and here. Okay. And actually, the pretty wood, I'll specifically link when we're going to go make something. Looks like we're doing good on the wheelbarrows. We do have some more beds made. Okay. So that being said, we do need to just get the bedrooms done here. Looking for the exceptional beds here. Let's go see what we have for doors. We may not have much more for doors here. Yeah, we don't. Okay. That being said, I'm just going to come up and unassign all the kids now. Move assignment. Move assignment. Move assignment. So we have 3 more kids that we can just go in and assign, which we're going to do. Bedroom kid. That actually frees up a lot of bedrooms for the other dwarves. Bedroom kid. Bedroom kid. And that should be all the kids with a bedroom. Now that being said, woodworking. We did add Toulon. And Toulon does have a bedroom. Okay. All right. Oh, keep trying to close that by hitting escape, and that's not how it closes. Okay. So, yep, they're getting some nice work done here. We're going to hit play. This episode is starting to get a little bit long. I'm just hoping they can get the area dug here. Okay, so that is this floor dug. All right. That being said, let's come in and see. So this was orthoclase. Let's see if we have any more orthoclase blocks. We have slate, which is very similar. Orthoclase. Okay, enough to finish that at least. Okay, I just want to see what kind of blocks we have for the mica. Only 4. All right. Yeah, we just need to let this sort of run a little bit. But let's go ahead and check over here. Looking for allanite over here. 71. Okay, so we can finish this. Now, yes, we will eventually put block down for the floor, for the rest of the floors for the walkway. But that's a much lower priority to get that part in. Let's see here. Petitions. Eradicating monsters. Deny. Okay. Has mandated the construction of certain goods. Let's go check that out. That was for Mayor? Huh. Kabuk, I assume, was the visiting for eradicating monsters. You've struck several materials. Zasset cancels sheer creature. We have several work orders have been completed. A lot of toys. All of the nest boxes. Okay. And then we have masterwork or masterpiece, toys, and cabinet, wood bin. Cancel shear animal, no creature. Niche has gained skill as a stone carver. Make charcoal has been completed. Okay. Yeah, they're still not... They're just doing too much with the rock blocks. Which, honestly, let's go ahead and cancel. We need to relieve some of the pressure here. Let's cancel this. The Gabbro... Yeah, we can cancel Gabbro. Nice, we're getting some areas dug over here. Let's go ahead and set up. This was for chromite. This is the boulders, so stone, other stone, chromite, boulders. This will be for the blocks. Stone, chromite, blocks. Now we can go remove the chromite from over here. And honestly, the pyrolusite I think we'll do over here. Stone, other stone. This is the boulders. Pyrolusite. Boulders. This can be for the blocks. Stone. Pyrolusite. Blocks. I misspelled that here. Okay. We'll come over and remove pyrolusite here. Okay. And we'll remove it here. Brimstone. We're starting to get enough olivine, I think. We're going to do olivine down here. This will be stone, other stone, olivine, boulders, and olivine blocks. Olivine blocks. Stone boulders. So this is olivine that we're removing. Olivine. And we'll remove olivine from the blocks as well. Okay. Come in, we're going to do some stoneworker workshops. So here on the top we have the chromite, so the blocks. On the bottom we have the olivine. So last of the olivine blocks there. And then on top we have the pyrolusite. Okay. Time to pause and see what that's about. Okay, alert snatch the kids. Uh-oh. Oh, they got close. So kill 1, 2, and let's see here. That is Uspu and Matto. And where's the third one? Uspu, Matto, so we need Ozud. That being said, confirm. I do also need to get the kids. Shoot, I don't have a burrow set up yet for the kids. Burrows are work and living areas where citizens can be assigned. Workers will try to limit their tasks to the confines of the burrow, but they will sometimes form paths which pass through other areas. Burrows can be suspended and unsuspended freely. When a burrow is suspended, assigned citizens will ignore it. It can be useful to assign all of your citizens to a safe emergency burrow when you activate in case of intruders. Okay, I'm going to hit don't show again. Specifically, we're gonna get the kids burrow. Set up. And we will have this entire floor pretty much be part of the burrow for the kids. So kids, we'll choose symbol. We'll do a triangle for the kids. And kids, the color, I think we'll leave that nice dark blue color for our all burrow. So the kids are going to get... No, that's... I like the dark colors. More of a... No, that should really be for the craft dwarves. You know what? Kids are getting a lighter blue. That... It might be a... Yeah, there we go. Accept. Kids burrow. Okay. So now we need to come in, we need to assign all of the kids. Nobody assigned. So, we're gonna come down. Okay, so kids are all assigned. Now what I don't know... 17 kids assigned. We did have 2 kids grow up. I'm gonna come up and check our dogs, honestly. We do have... You know what we're going to do? Instead of cell, we're going to do entrance. And we're going to come up to the entrance. And we're going to do like that. Dog pen entrance. We need to get some dogs there so we get the earlier alerts. Right now, that's kind of a dangerous spot for a dog to be in, solo. Okay, let's hit. Okay, I'm gonna. They are attacking, so 2 are dead. Okay. The third one. See if they're still chasing it. Other. Let's just make sure. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna follow them. We're gonna hit play. Okay. Large rat leather bag. Okay, so now we're gonna pause. I think that guy was leaving, and there was a kid up there. I think they had a kid. I don't know that for sure. Okay. These items, I'm just going to trash. Unlock and trash. And yes, there may be a better way to do this. I don't know what that way is. I have before just unlocked them and allowed these items to come into my kingdom. And I have had invasions happen because they come and they want, like, some of these items are artifacts and they want the artifact back. So I'm just trashing all of this so that, and I don't know if that solves the problem, but maybe. It also at least allows me to sort of clean things up. Okay. Now the leather bag, troll fur bag. It does seem like a shame to just trash the bags. But that's what we're going to do. Or are we? Oh, jeez. You know what? A large rat leather bag. You know what? I'm not trashing the bags. I'm not trashing the bags. Okay, that being said, we do have... There's a kid right there. Yeah, I think this kid got snatched. I am going to clear this. We will come in and have them do a dirt road on the outside again. I'm doing the smaller bits here. Let's look at construction. So we would need 15. I don't know if we have that many dacite blocks. We do, so let's get them. At least get our trade depot covered. This will also give a little bit of area for, we're going to move that dog up here. So, oh no, entrance. We renamed it entrance. Entrance, okay. Now we do have, okay, so we have bags. You know what? These were bags intended to take the kids. I am just going to trash those. There may not be a reason to trash them. I just don't know. I'm debating on that. Okay, we are going to trash all of this. And I apologize, I know this is a little bit tedious. Okay. I'm going to come in, trash all of this as well. Yeah, they were carrying bags on them. I just don't feel right keeping bags that were meant to take our kids. All right. But nice that they actually killed all three. Okay. That being said, we do maybe need to plug this up so they can't come in that way. Which I don't think we've got that much dacite yet. 14, yeah, okay, so we do need more dacite. Let them finish doing that, and then honestly, we need to do some dirt road action up here. Okay. This is again for underground planting. We're getting pretty nicely filled in here. I think we'll set planting up in a separate episode. Okay, they do have all of that down. Let's go ahead and hit. Let's deal with all the alerts on this side. We do have quite a few. Bim and Toulon. I think with the kill order. Yeah, they kind of went back to recruit wrestler. They went back to their military status, and then now they're back to not. Snatcher, protect the kids. Fighting. So that's the hunting happening. Ilral Mayor has imposed a ban on certain exports. The Baroness has ended a mandate. Let's go check all of that out. So export of leggings is prohibited. Okay. You have struck Precious Fire Opal Galena. The Precious Fire Opal, I think, is... this is sort of a high value area for gems. All right. Make several work orders have been completed. So now I'm curious. Bim is Bim back in our metalworking? Yeah, Bim's back in the metalsmithing. So they're a competent metal crafter. Nice. That got them back into the metal crafting, which was what I wanted to happen out of that. We did also need some flasks for our folks. Okay, and they are still, now we're back up and good to go on all of that. There still is just no smoothing happening. Oh, 2 little squares, or 4 squares got smoothed. Okay. Oh, one injured citizen. Let's go take a look at that. Led, who is in one of our squads, is injured. They're dizzy. Let's follow. I'm guessing going for the hospital. Yeah. So filled water skin as part of, a military assignment, I guess. And water. Water covering. I've never actually just clicked on a dwarf that's been injured and kind of looked at their items or sort of their thoughts. So my guess is they're, cleaning the wounds. Llama wool cloth wrapped around upper arm. Now they're eating. Okay, so they've been healthy, so they've been healed. Okay, cool. As much as I would love to leave it playing for them to get these rock blocks done so we can set up for a stockpile episode next episode, I think the stockpile episode might have to wait another episode. Honestly, I feel like that's kind of a good place to leave the episode. This is Amulani. If you enjoy the episode, please thumbs up it. If you enjoy what I'm producing, please subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next episode. Well, let me hit pause here.